Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Larry Duncan Allen. This is No More Water. Fire next time. I had a topic that I had up earlier on Facebook. I'm going to get off a little bit into that, but it's about, it says that whites are our only allies. And right now, they've always have been. They've been our problem and they've been our allies. That's just how fragmented they are. But still, we got to save ourselves. But that's it's not a lot to talk about with that. But a lot of times when I'm out and about, people stop me on the streets and they want to talk to me about things on the air. You can text me. I set my call in line and we can start calling in. But you can text what you want on here because I can't. I don't eat, drink, and sleep this. This is part of my job. I'm in media. I'm in of a cable station, YouTube station, Facebook station, and they're setting up the website for my local station. But look, I don't like to talk this stuff out on the streets. When I leave here, I leave this behind. This is not my life. I don't stress on this stuff. And I don't mean for you to stress on it. It's something for you to think about because you know, we do have to think about it because we live in this world and things that happen in this world affect us. No matter what our faith or religion, still we're affected by this world also. So we just can't ignore what goes on around us. If there's fire around us, we have to try to get out of the fire just like everyone else does. So, we can't just ignore what's going on in the White House, what's going on in this nation, and the things that's going on around us. We just can't ignore it. We don't stress about it, but we can't ignore it either. Now, people have been asking me, why don't you talk about relationship? Why don't you talk about men and women? I don't like to really talk about that. I tell you why. Because a lot of people will get angry with me because I'm going to tell from the male point of view, just like women tell from the female point of view. And enough people talk about that already. There's really no dialogue, just arguments. Who can have the best comeback? and it's really not haven't been an important message of mine, but someone did ask me, say, why do men always cheat all the time? In today's society, cheating doesn't have a gender. Statistics show that women cheat just as much as men. They have less reasons because there's more women than men. But then you know what? A lot of you should be glad your daddy cheated or you wouldn't be here. Let that sink in. A lot of you wouldn't be here if your daddy hadn't cheated. So it must have been God's will. You see what I'm talking about? Things are not the same between men and women because we're not built the same. And men cheat because most of you messing around with the same few men. With 16% of the men making 80% of the women, of course he's gonna cheat. I'm sorry, 16% of the men making 80% of the babies. Of course he's cheating. You knew he was cheating when you got with him. You knew about them other baby mamas and those other babies. Don't play innocent later. I know a guy, he's in his 30s now, but at the time, I haven't seen him in a while, but he was 20. Last time I seen him, he was 28. He had 18 children, 10 baby mamas. Do you think them baby mamas didn't know about each other? You think they didn't know about those other children? You put yourself in these predicaments and everyone's to blame but you. Yeah, he's to blame, but you are also. Can't keep messing with the same few men and tell me why do they cheat. He's a deadbeat dad. 18 kids, you know he gonna be a deadbeat dad. I know many good dads. Matter of fact, the statistics show that black men make the best fathers. The ones who are with, but you know what your minds go to? The ones who are not with their children. Because your mind automatically go to the negative side. The one who is not with their children. Anytime a black man is brought up, black women mind go to the worst black men they can think of. You're thinking of the ones on the negative side. But statistics show that black men make are the most engaging, the most loving, and make the best fathers. But you can say, well, the ones who are not there, it's easy to say he's a deadbeat because he's not there. And I've seen women call a man a deadbeat and he's a loser and deadbeat, and then he go give it another woman, take care of her children, take care of the ones he held by her, they living fine. Why come he can do that with you? While you still around call yourself choosing wrong? If I keep choosing the same kind of wrong women, what would you say? Oh, he just like those old no good women. He like the more wretched women. If a woman keep choosing the same no type of no good men, she's just choosing wrong. No, that's her level. We all have a level that we're on. Men usually know their level. Women always think they deserve better than their level. But if you want to deserve better than your level, you have to elevate yourself. See, if a man see a woman and he figure, oh man, she's a classy woman, she's on a higher level, he does things to better himself to get on her level before he even tried to approach her. But the woman thinks all she got to do is come with a big butt and a cooch, and that's all it takes. Yeah, have sex with you, but he's not going to wife you. And see, we all have to elevate ourselves to what we want, not just think we deserve it because of who we are. That go for men and women. Because let's face it, black people, we're losing at this marriage game. We're losing. If the Hispanics, they come and take over our neighborhoods when they come in. I lived around them in Los Angeles. They come in the neighborhoods, in the next 10 years, it's going to be all Hispanic because they got families. Families buy homes. Baby mamas and baby daddies rent. So, we're hurting ourselves. And we're not teaching the black community, we're not taught marriage. Oh, you go to college, you do for yourself, make your own money. Then you get around here 40 years old, talking about getting married. Well, you'll probably get with the beta male, Pookie or Ray Ray, because men got something going for themselves, gonna get them a young woman. Once she get with you. And he can, 40 years old, more likely he's not gonna have any children. And if you have him at that age, that's geriatric pregnancy. Problem child probably gonna be born with some problems. We gotta think about what we're doing when we're young. People say, "Oh, I want to live my life when I'm young." Yeah, go mess it up. Then think you're gonna straighten it out later. So when I was coming along, it was um, out of wedlock birth was mostly teenage girls. It was so bad they used to have schools for teenage girls. There was so many of them. Now them it's women in their 30s and 40s having wedlock out of wedlock births for the first time. The teenage girls are not really having many babies now. They're doing better than their mamas and grandmamas. I know you want to throw it back at the men. Well, they're having the babies too. Women control births, who gets born, not the man. If you choose to abort that baby, what can the man do about it? Nothing, which many of you were doing. And so if you have unprotected sex and get pregnant, It's not just his fault. I have had women to tell me, "Why you using the condom for? You like I'm nasty or something. Thought I wasn't supposed to use it." So it's not all. He's not the only one to blame. But still, like I said, I usually don't talk on this subject much because too many people talk on it already, and we usually don't get anything accomplished. Everybody will just want to have a comeback at each other. That's why I don't talk on it much. But I said I'd talk on it tonight to throw someone, I would. Because right now, the children we have now, not worth a dime, most of them. They've been raised by these women, been raised any kind of way. They're bullying these children, they're not raising them. You better not do this, you better hitting all on them. Then they grow up. If somebody do something they don't like, they're ready to physically punish them. I see the men in the street talking to the children. You don't see them in the street yelling and screaming at those children. Tell the truth now, women, you all know that. We have kids come here to work. They're supposed to be cleaning up. Once they leave, you got to clean up more trash behind them than what they picked up. Move stuff out of place, won't put it back. They learned that at home. Look at the lady at McDonald's. Went up there to fight her daughter's employee and ended up getting shot in the leg. They're gonna put the woman in jail. She did what she stood her ground, did what she's supposed to do. Ain't no reason to go up there fighting that woman because the one her boss told her to take the trash out. This was in Belleville, Illinois. I'm doing North Belt West. Her boss told her to take the trash out. She didn't want to do it, so she called her mother. So her mother and sister come up there to jump on the woman. The mother hit the woman shot in the leg. I mean, it wouldn't have been the leg. It'd been up higher. Then why come she didn't tell her daughter, you do what your boss told you to do? That would have been too easy. You gonna go up there to fight your daughter's boss because she told your daughter to do some work? Like she come to, what do you think I come here to do? Work? Mother of the year, I guess. She's in the hospital, the other woman in jail, which I don't think she should be in jail. See, the people who do things against you, the criminals and perpetrators, they don't have any rules. But the person who's defending themselves got all kind of rules they got to go by. I tell you about me, I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6. So you come with all the rules you want because you make it hard for people who are trying to defend themselves. Why would you go up there to fight your daughter's boss because she asked her to do her job? And I bet she was bet the mama was I didn't see a picture, but I can just imagine a big fat woman. Masculine, like the majority. We don't have any feminine black women anymore. They're hard to find. We don't have them anymore. They like men. Want to fight all the time. You have a 5'2", 120-pound black woman would jump up in a man's face the size of an NFL linebacker, cursing him out, want to box. Knowing she gonna get boxed out, but don't care. Because she know people gonna come to her rescue. I wouldn't. I watch to get boxed out. But you jump up to me, I'll box out. Jump up in my face and I get rid of all threats, foreign and domestic, no matter what the gender is. If you want to act like a man, I'm going to treat you like one. Don't come crying later. But look, You got to teach your children not to be running around here disobeying these adults. I had children when we had our children program told me, my mama said, and they didn't say my daddy. My mama said, if a grown person say this to me, do this and that. I'm not in my program, you're not. But adult does something to you, you feel it's out of line, you let me know and I'll deal with them. Because when a kid go to an adult with adult situations, you can get dealt with like an adult, then your people gonna come running there and we gonna deal with them. Any child up under me, if adult does something inappropriate to them, I told them, you let me know and I'll deal with it. It's not for a child to try to deal with another adult because you may not like the outcome. But the mothers teach them to do it because they told me. They didn't say my daddy told me. They said my mother told me. And why would you tell your child to jump up in an adult's face? And these were girls, they told that. Why would you tell your daughter to jump up in a grown man's face, knowing it's not going to be a good outcome? And then you know when a woman when a man keep up some mess, it happens, he deal with it, that's it. But when a woman gets some mess started, it involves other people. If you do something to her now, here come the daddy, the brothers, the sons, the family want to come jump on the man and do something. Then somebody might get hurt or killed. So women need to stop causing this mess because you bring a whole lot of other people into it. Because people going to come to your rescue. Nobody's coming to a man's rescue because he don't need it. But if you jump up in my face, you're going to need somebody to come to your rescue, and I deal with them too if necessary. I don't play that. Don't nobody jump up in my face like you going to do something. You ain't even got to hit me. Just act like you're going to. Get too hostile, you're going to get dealt with, no matter what the gender is. Because you all have brought it like that, so you're going to catch it like that. I'm a small guy, barely weigh 100 pounds. And if you jump up in a guy the size of an NF linebacker face and want to box, what do you think I got coming? So if you bring smoke, I got to put out with fire quick to let you know you're not going to get no wind here. And I know how to do it. I'm not like, see you men that stop that little sissy punching. I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about just in general. On Facebook, hit somebody 4 or 5 times and they coming back for more. As small as I am, I hit you, it's lights out. And a lot of that stuff be fake on social media. I don't know where somebody hit somebody in the face 20, 30 times. No blood, no swelling. You never see any injuries. You notice that? They do that too. They like to destroy the black ethnic image. They do that. Now, you notice to be mostly white people trolling and commenting because the algorithms go towards them because they like watching. That shows that when you see a lot of white people coming on these black posts, that show they troll black people posts. You see people fighting, even though theirs fight just as much. But when theirs fight, they talk about the fight. When ours fight, they talk about the race. And some of you all do too. There we go. Who the hell is we? You? You doing that? I'm not. Some of us talk about talk like white supremacists ourselves. And you women, you do more fighting than the men nowadays. You do more fighting than the men. You turning into men, really. You're bigger than men. You weigh more than men. So you're very undesirable. I hate to say it, but black men still stick with most of it. Black men mostly get with black women, even though you're really big. Except when you start making money. And I can tell you why. I see so the bigger, the smaller the wallet, the bigger the woman. And I'm not talking about no drug dealers and rappers. They stupid anyway. Nobody care about them. I'm talking about man who make his money in business and work. The smaller the wallet, the bigger the woman. The bigger the wallet, the smaller the woman. And see, a lot of you women don't realize these low level men filling y'all heads up, talking about all these big butts and big hips and all that, making you feel good being overweight. But that hurts you with a higher level man. Because men on a higher level don't want those big old women. They want slim, fit women. And when he reaches a higher level, you've been so used to dealing with low level men, you come up to a high level man with that same Pookie and Ray Ray talk. I have women come to me, old as I am, talk to me like I'm some little 20-year-old Pookie or Ray Ray. Because that's all they used to talking to. And I'm not going to put up with that. Then when I go get me an Asian woman or something, there he go, time they get a little money. Well, what else can he do? He got his life to live, and he can't keep fooling around with you, waiting for you to get yourself together. I've had it to happen. They come to me, talk to me like I'm like I'm 20 years old. Because black women don't see levels to black men. You only see us on one level, and that's the lowest level there is. See, I'll tell you why that happens. It's the way you start off, and I can prove it, and you'll see it. When a white woman come into the village or the castle, she come in, she look at the king. She knows she's not gonna get him, get the prince. She work her way down so that she know she gonna get a good man somewhere. Not just white women, but all other women too. The black woman come in, so she gonna see all good men. But the other women are the black woman come in, looking at who's the cutest, finest, got the biggest penis, and looking at the court jester and the joker, work her way up. So all she see on the way up is low level, no good men. So that's why you hear black women say there are no good men. On your level, no, there is not any. So that's all you see. You have such a bad perception of black men until that no one can tell you different. And then when you do get to the place where you get around some decent men, you done had babies by Pookie and Ray Ray. You done put on a lot of weight. Had Pookie's baby. Now you want Paul to take care of him. And when you get to a decent level man, he don't want you because you're all messed up. Body wise, children wise, and mentally wise. Because you got all these bad perceptions about men. I've had women, them and I talking. That's why they say body count counts with a woman. Let me tell you what happens. Hold on for a second. I gotta change something real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, thanks for staying with me. I had so much air blowing on me, it was making me cold. So I had to change that. But look, I've had women when them and I would, kind of get in an argument. Now, this is why I say body count matters because I used to wouldn't say anything about it, but what happened was I don't like to talk what I think. I have to have data to back up what I say when it comes to things like that. That's why I never mentioned it much. But now I have scientific data, what science backing it up. It says that when women have sex with a lot of men, will have sex with a man, some of his hormones is absorbed into her. That don't happen with women with men. And I used to notice that when you talk to a woman, it's like she's talking to more than just you. When you know argument with a woman, it's like she's talking to multiple men. She won't talk about the subject. She just calling your name. You mean this, you mean that. You in word that you ain't got so disrespectful they call us in words now. You in words this, you in words that. I'm like, what you got another man or something? Who you talking about? You got another man or something? This between you and me. Let's start talking about stuff that you ain't had nothing to do with. That's not even a part of you. You wondering where they getting that from. It's those hormones. So men and women are not the same. Body count does matter with women. Like I said before, men had always had multiple women. But myself, the way I see it, I have to look at the society that I live in. Because I'm a very a person I go by discipline. You see, over in Africa, different places, they have multiple women, but I don't live in Africa. I live there probably I would. I go by the society I live in. And where I live at, it says one man, one woman. That's what people expect. You got to go by where you live. That's where I always do. I never cheated on a woman. And we was in a relationship, marriage or whatever. I never cheated because of why I believe in the strict code. And if I make you a promise, I'm gonna keep it. And I know a lot of men like that. You women may not believe it. I know a lot of men like that. They're in my circle. And that's why you have to elevate yourself and get to a better circle. Because you can't get with men on a higher level up here and talk to him like he's down there. That's not going to work. Because many of you only been used to low level men and you just don't know how to deal with the higher level men. With higher level men. You just don't know how to deal with them. And if you around here talking about, I see women talking about, I'm gonna get into my feminine role because I've been a real N-word. 21, 22 years old, it's too late. If you're feminine, that would start off when you was a teenager, when you was a little girl. You would have been raised to be so. If you're in your 20s, it's too late. You can fake it, but it's not going to be real. You're raised up that way. When you look like a man, 22 years old, to me, I'm going to put on my masculine role now. I've been a real girl. You think he was crazy. I said, man, if you was masculine, you would have already been that way. Same way with the women. You have to quit thinking you can put on personalities and take them off when you get ready. It don't work that way. That means you're to my real man. That means you're not a real woman. You're fake. Say, well, if he cheat, I'll cheat back. Well, you just a cheater anyway because you're looking for a reason to do it. If she cheat, I'm not gonna cheat back. I'll get rid of her. I don't get rid of my personality. I don't get rid of who I am. I get rid of her because I have done it. I don't get rid of who I am. I get rid of who she is. If someone else knocked you out of your character, that wasn't your character anyway. You just faking it alone. If you're a good person, you're gonna remain a good person, even when you're around bad people. Because bad people gonna remain a bad person, even though they're around good people. So I don't pay no attention to people tomorrow. So they made me do it. They didn't make you do nothing. You did it because you wanted to do it. It was down in you, just something brought it out. See, your character is formed around when you're say you developed your character around 12 to 14 years old, around that age group. And everything else just add-ons. But your character is set. To raise your daughters up to be feminine. Men don't have to be raised to be masculine. It comes natural. But black women, other women of other races, seem like femininity comes natural with them, but not for black women. Ain't no about no hard life and what you had to go through and all that because you got little girls acting that way. They haven't had to go through nothing, they had no hard life. I'm talking about little girls in grade school acting just like these old masculine women. What did they go through? Their mother raised them to be just like her. They see what their mama do, and they do the same thing. You had, they said, 30% of the young black men going to college say they never dated a black girl before. And they asked him, don't you like them? They said, yeah. Don't you think they're pretty? They said, yeah. Well, why won't you date them? And they said, they're mean. See, no matter what we say to them, they say something mean to us. And I know what they're talking about. Have you ever seen a black man, an average black man and black woman talk? Well, you know, the woman be so loud you can't help but hear the conversation. You don't be eavesdropping. You see the man talking just as nice and easy with her, and the woman fussing. Everything he says, she turned into another. They tried it with me, but I don't let it happen. I don't get up my face. I don't put up with no foolishness. I'd have a black woman talk to me, and I'm talking about black women. We can agree on something. But you talk to her long enough, you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna move. She's gonna say something else. You give a comment in agreement with what she said. She's gonna move the goalpost and change the narrative in her next reply, just so you and her can start contending with each other. It never fails. Y'all like arguing with a man. You just like it, admit it. But you get with a man who don't like that, he gonna leave you alone. He gonna leave you alone. So again with the Asian women like me. I hadn't hit a black woman since 2023, I think. 2003, I think. Something like that. Well, I had one back about 10 years ago, and she reminded me why I left him alone. Because people can't keep putting up with that mess. But I know you all like other men, but and if they liked you all like, there would be more of you with them. They just don't like y'all like that. Because I know. Because all my white friends, they tell me who even just talk to a black woman. She tell them, they say the black women, I always tell them about how much she hates black men. And y'all treat us like that. You walk down the street, treat us like the average black man like he don't even exist. Jerk your head all the way. White man come by, you smile at him. Ooh, he's so cute, he's so fine. Then put up a picture of a black man, AI picture of a black man with his dress on. Most of your Facebook posts is some derogatory about black men because it's black men, because black women don't criticize white men. Y'all don't criticize them. You only criticize black men. But if y'all want them, go get them. You need more bunnies for us. But they don't like y'all. They just take y'all straight to the motel. You say, y'all have more interracial sex. Black men have more interracial relationships. Y'all just get screwed over. I know y'all don't like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. And you know it. Are you mad? Tell me he this, he that. I know what you say. I know y'all talking points. But it's the truth. And you'll never get any better. You always keep losing. If you're never taking the accountability to say, I don't see one thing I know is about women. You think if you don't like something that is wrong and you like it, it's right. You know what I'm saying is right, you just don't like it. Because you're losing. You keep telling me you can't find no good men, but you keep having babies by somebody. You must be finding you some good penis because you having these babies. You keep saying you can't find a man. You finding something. I can find good women and she don't have to be black. But y'all can't do that because y'all behavior is so bad. Your relationship gets so big. And you know what the white men say that's and the other men say, how did y'all put up with that? Your behavior is so bad. And this old drag queen look you got with all the lashes and hair and nails, y'all look like drag queens. You're so big and you're so disgusting about it with your behavior. These other men don't want you. They talk about you. A lot of time black men got to get in an argument with these men defending y'all, even though they know what the man is saying is true. But we still defend you. I know I've done it. I defend black women on it because I feel like talking about the race. Now I don't like you know men of other races talk against black men. Talk against black women. That's our job. But what it is, I knew what the man was saying was right. I just couldn't let them get away with it. Cause a white man come in and he want to talk to black women, he can walk out of there with any black woman he wants, anyone he wants, and he can be a dweeb, hillbilly looking white man, like he need to be on the trash heap. But he can get a nice looking black woman. Cause white men have told me I like black women because white women don't like me. I can come around black folks and I can get some pretty women. But he couldn't get nothing. He was around white people. Them Arabs, y'all call them Arabs, but the correct pronunciation is Arab. They just mess all over y'all. How in the world you gonna work and then got to screw the man too? That's double work. Now, that's double work. Well, I think you'll screw him anyway, even if he didn't get your job. But still, now I'm gonna say what I think. I like to talk what I know. Well, I know you'll screw him anyway, even if he didn't get your job, because he's not black. But look, you got to better yourself. You see the black man give you them fat white women. You know he don't just give it up. You know even hear black men saying, black men give you white women of all sides. The lower class black men, just like he get with fat black women, he get with fat white women, and some of them get with trim, big white women, good looking white women. And what if he did? Most black men got fat black women because most of y'all fat. So why would you criticize him with getting with a fat white woman? Do you see? But if you notice when they get up in class, which one of these well-known men you know with money that them a fat white woman? They don't have them. I tell you who do have some messed up folks, black women. Those men you all get don't be the cream of the crop and white men, hillbilly dweeb looking white men. But no nobody say when black women get them a white man, they don't get the best men. They get the more dweeb hillbilly men because you all don't have to take accountability for what you do like men do. If a black man get with a messed up white woman, he have to take accountability for it. You talk about him, and you talk about him. But the black woman, she get a pass. See, she get a pass on everything she does. and she said she can get her the worst white man you can find. But the black man is the only one who has to take accountability. Now those white men, y'all get be throwaways. White women and other women don't want them. And you think you got something. That's right. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Just like y'all talk about it. Black women have spent years talking about black men. All day long on your social media posts. Black men, this and that. See, I'm not worried about no relationship because I don't have a relationship problem. A man my age, I'd be a loser to be around here having relationship problems. I'm talking about in general because people have asked me to talk about this, which is something I really don't like talking about. Because I know it's not going to go well because women are not going to like what I say. But no, I don't have relationship problems. I'd be stupid at my age to be sitting around here talking about I'm trying to find me a woman like this. I'm dating. The hell I'm doing dating at my age. What you middle-aged people doing dating? Go get you somebody. You 40, 50 years old talking about dating? Even in your middle 20s. Dating, that's for some for teenagers. Dating is you go to a movie, to a concert. That's what dating is. Y'all just about to turn dating into marriage. Man gonna date me, he gonna have to pay my car note. But you be walking? If it was left up to me, I only pay bills where I live. And I don't need no help with that. If I need a woman to help me do stuff at my age, I'd be pitiful. I don't need no woman to help me to do it. If I get a woman because I want her, not because I need one, men never really needed women except for the bear our offspring. But women needed men. Now they make a little money, they feel they don't need you. When she get broke, then she want to run back and try to find her man. But see, the thing is, we when you get a certain age, you gotta have your stuff together, relationship wise. And if you're older and you're not with someone, you see want to get with someone, choose one dating. See somebody you like or want, or to them say, let them know your intentions. That's what I do. And never fail. I got time to play with nobody, talking about going on dates and all of those stuff. I got time to play with you. Come on, y'all too old for that. 60 years old, talking about my boyfriend, my girlfriend. That's pitiful. I can see, you get in a relationship that may lead to marriage at that age, but you dating at 60 years old, 50 years, even 40 years old, dating? You should have done that, been over with that at that age. Get you somebody. Put that foolishness out. Grow up. It's a problem. Adults haven't grown up. Still acting like adolescents. Still doing the things that people in that adolescent does. I talk to women 40, 50 years old, and they sound like high school freshmen. And I got some scientific proof about that. I used to notice it, but I wouldn't say it until after I heard the experts and statistics on things. That's when I really talk about it and bring it out. I used to notice I would talk to women. I tell them they sound like they are high school freshmen, but there is scientific proof that says women do not mature emotionally past the age of 14. That's not me saying that. That's scientists saying that. And I notice when I talk to women, they get all emotional, and you get more more sense out of a 14-year-old than you can out of them when they're 56 years old, from 40 years old. I know y'all don't like what I'm saying. Call me all kind of names. I don't care what you call me. I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't like it, but you know it's true. Y'all need to straighten up and quit getting mad, getting angry, want to fuss, and have come with a comeback. Well, you this. Oh, you can't say nothing because you got a big head. You can't say nothing because you bald head. Does that change your situation though? I've heard women say, "Yeah, I may be fat, but you ugly. I can lose weight. What can you do? There's nothing you can do. Yes, there is. He can go around somebody, the people who don't think he's ugly. Like I said, quit thinking your opinion is a fact. Because you think he ugly don't mean everybody think he ugly. But you fat, you just fat. Oh, well, I can lose weight. But have you? Anybody can sit and talk about what they can do. You don't know until you do it. If you can do it, you've done it by now. Ladies, y'all too big. I go in family. I'm not trying to speak against anybody, but it's bad for your health. I see people at different churches giving testimonies about the health problems they got. But when you look at them, you can see why they got health problems. You can't abuse your body like that and think nothing's going to go wrong. It can go wrong with anyone, but you know it's going to go wrong when you let yourself get 100 pounds overweight. Yeah, the reason I say that is because according to statistics, and this is 5-year-old statistics, and I think it's gotten worse because every 5 years they update it. It takes them a while to compile all the data. They said that 80% of black women are overweight, and 80% of the overweight is obese. I think it's worse. I go down there to the store, any store I go in, and it's quite common. If you see 15 black women in there, all 15 are not fat, but obese. Obesity is severely overweight. It's quite common for all 15 to be obese. And just by any store you go in. Come on, ladies, y'all know that's out of hand. I know there's big black men, but not at the rate of black women. And then he don't do like you all do. He don't try. It seems like the bigger the woman, the sexier she try to dress. Those women I know that I saw growing up that I know I see them on social media. They see pictures. They take pictures. You can see they take bust shots and face shots while they're fit and slim. Cause I know them. As soon as they get fat, start putting on weight, they start taking them full body shots, trying to dress all sexy. See, when a man is overweight, he don't try to act like he's Mr. Olympus or Mr. America. Women get overweight and think they got better. Try to dress just sexy as when they're fat. But when they was slim and fit, just wore normal clothes. I see black women who have gotten with men of other races. You know how black men when talking about the fake hair and all that fake stuff you wear. Have you noticed black women when they with a man of another race? Natural hair, no nails, no lashes, most of the time no makeup. Why you can't do that for a black man? You think you don't have no respect for him. You think he don't deserve nothing. That's what it is. You think a black man don't, you're not gonna do nothing for him because right now I saw you see a post on social media where black they said they just put up a picture saying of a black woman with natural hair say this is what men like. You gotta see how the men ate that up. We don't care what they like. We don't try to please no man. We look good for ourselves. We're not worried about looking good for. We just feel good about ourselves. But screw yourselves then. Go get you a woman, which most of you got anyway. Well, I say most of, but a lot of you, we know about you and your friend rubbing out on each other butts, girls' night out, pajama parties. What would you think of men if men did some mess like that? You get out there on the dance floor, you don't want to dance with a man, you just want to dance with other women. But you are you go natural for that white man though. You don't want to get a black man nothing. Get angry when somebody say about what he want. But you say you want a man. But you say you don't care about what he think. You don't care about what he want. Now how do you think that relationship gonna go? You get with a man, but you don't care what he think. You don't care what he want. That relationship doomed from the beginning. Then you turn around and blame him when it fails. Most of you are already angry at your next boyfriend. You haven't even met him yet. You got beef with him, got flack for him already, got an argument with him, and you don't even know who he is yet. Now how you think that's gonna work? It's not gonna work out. That's why a lot of these black men moving on like me. I don't have time for it no more. Well, I've been. This Chinese. I tried about 10 years ago and she reminded me why I was with the Chinese. If she wanted me to do something for her, you better get me to do so and so and so. Chinese woman, well, honey, could you please do such and such? Makes you want to do it. With the black woman talk to you, make you sit there and don't want to do nothing for her. Do it yourself. Tell me what I better do. So any woman don't like what I'm saying, go on and keep doing what you're doing. You know I'm right, you just don't like it. And you think what you don't like is wrong and what you like is right. Oh, you calling me all okay. Oh, big ball, big head, bald head. Like that's gonna change stuff. That don't change the facts. Oh, he can't say nothing because he's this, he's that. But it don't change the facts. You can call me all the names you want, say all the stuff you want about me, but it don't change the facts. And what I said is factual. And you know it's true. But you think if you can call me name, shame, guilt, insult me, that's because that's straight out the black woman's playbook. And deflect, then everything, then you cool. Everything about you is fine. I don't have time for foolishness. One thing I do like, I used to think it was a problem for me. I have condition. I don't have much emotions. I'm not very emotional. A lot of things other people feel I just don't feel, but it actually worked out in my favor because I don't say things and do things out of emotion. I do it out of fact. When I women to my husband, you don't love me. What you worry about? I treat you right. What you worry about if I love you? If I don't care you love me or not. No, marriage ain't about no love, making you happy. You can learn, you learn to love each other. You know, and it don't be no emotional thing. Romance, that's for women. Men don't get nothing out of romance. That's childish stuff. Oh, he didn't. He at least somebody gonna make me happy. What you 5, 6 years old? You do stuff to make little children happy. Dangle little toys in front of them, buy them stuff to make them happy. Happiness is not a constant state. Happy come, happy goes. Let it fell down. Oh, my magazine fell. Had my magazine on because they wrote on me on the wall. Fell down at the school show. I want y'all to see it. Yeah, they get a magazine right up on me. But look, happiness come and go. No one's ever in a constant state of happiness. And you think because you didn't feel that tingle that you had when you first met him, it must be over. Grow up. You got to evolve. Relationships supposed to evolve. Love evolves. Everything evolves. It's not going to be the same as when you first met. When you first met him, it's a feeling. Love is a feeling. It should evolve into more of that. But when you don't have that feeling no more, you think it's over now, you want a divorce. That's why the average black marriage don't last no more than 5 years. But you'll date for 10. Be in a relationship for 10, but your marriage can't last but 5 years. Marriage ain't about no feelings and all of that silly stuff. You can start off feeling something, but it should evolve above that. That's right, marriage supposed in any type of even if you don't get married, if you're in a relationship, it should evolve above just feeling. You don't buy me flowers for what? Paying the bills, taking care of you. What about some flowers for? We don't wear matching pajamas. Come on, grow up. I'm not wearing no matching pajamas. The only matching pajamas I want to wear with you is be butt naked. That's the only matching pajamas I wear. Time for that old childish stuff. You having pajama parties with the girls. You don't run with no girls if you my woman. You run with me. You gotta run with the girls. Go on with them and leave me alone. That's what I get a woman for, to be my companion. We do things together. I'm not I ain't running out with the boys. I go out with my woman. You gotta go out with your man. I'm going to girls' night out. We don't come back. Girls' night out, you go out, that single woman stuff, you with me. Ain't no girls' night out. It's gonna be no more nights out with me. I don't play. And neither should you. I remember a time, I know when my mother was coming out, I didn't see no bunch of women running to the house and having male friends. Come on, women didn't do that then. Me and my ex, we still friends, but you better go on with him. If you still dealing with him in any kind of capacity, he's not your ex. Don't no man want the man around who used to screw you. You don't want him hanging around. Let him go on about his business. I'm telling you from a male point of view. You may allow a woman around who he used to screw. If that's you, that's your problem. Men don't go for that stuff. You used to screw my woman. I don't want you hanging around, making all kind of faces and trying to wink at her on the side. It ain't got nothing to do with no insecurity. You see, when a woman don't like something, it's intuition. When a man don't like something, he's insecure. Because you always got to say derogatory stuff to demote him. And there's no such thing as female intuition. Because if it was, why come you can't peep out all these old men you be talking about? And why come female intuition is always hindsight and never foresight? If you got intuition. So don't come with that foolishness. I know better than all that mess. Yeah, I'm talking about the women because I'm a man. I gotta bring it from a male perspective. Just like the women bring it from a female perspective. Because y'all been blaming us for everything for a long time. I'm you be with people. I remember some folks who I was with told this the other night. The woman there we at the I'm sitting there, I'm listening. Her and her husband was breaking up. And they talking about help him and all. She said, no, I'm gonna get back with my husband. Let the women talk. Me, I'm not saying nothing. That's their business. And they said, girl, was this some cheating? She said, yeah. See, I knew it. All these men do. That's all they do is cheat all the time. Excuse me. She said, no, he didn't cheat. I cheated. Girl, what do you do to make you cheat? See, a woman got to be made to do something, a man just ain't no good. And she cheated because she wanted to. She wanted some more beef somewhere else. That's all. Y'all know it. You know it. Because I've seen it. You like this chaos, you like these chaotic men, and then you just don't like the end results. Then you talk about them like a dog. Say, I want me a good man. Then you go give it you a nice, decent man. Because you know the worst part about it? Black people, not just black women, black people as a whole, we do everything backwards from everybody else. We go after the bad people first, and then call ourselves settling. Get this, settling for the good person. How are you settling for something better? You settle for something worse, not for something better. But we're backwards. That's why we have so many problems. Everyone else is ran by patriarchal hierarchy. Black people in the last 50 years been ran by matriarchy. Uh, where the women are running things, and we haven't gotten nowhere since. I can prove it. When the men was running things, see when King them had was running things, they got stuff done. Legislation passed. What have we got passed since the women when Tricolis have taken over stuff? We haven't got nothing done. Our race has been stagnant. We haven't been growing in numbers very slowly. Because nobody's getting married because you got your degree and you don't want to get married no more. So a man don't have to get a degree. He can go get a good job, make more money than you do with your degree. So women have to go get a degree to get a decent paying job. Men don't. Because men can go to trade school, and then you have a record number of men in college also, and you're not the most educated. You went to K through 12, educate you. College trains you. They don't educate you. It trains you. Like a trade school. But you just pay 2 more extra years so they can get more money out of you. Learning worthless subjects you're not going to use anyway on your career. But look, but getting back to what I was saying, um, I forgot almost. The oh yeah, when the men was running things, we got stuff done. When the men was running things politically, the men would get people elected. They go out, they get on the streets, pick people up, take them to the polls. Now the women doing handling it. You want to turn everything to a black sister girl movement, do everything on social media. Talking like black women, you running everything, make do such a thing about you being a black woman and turn everybody off. Look at the way you all did black men with Kamala Harris. You made it seem like black men just abandoned that. The final numbers is black women voted 92%, black men voted 87% for her. And in a national poll, that's like a dead heat. And if you look at it, more women in numbers voted for Trump than men in numbers. We're talking about, but percentage wise, black women was at 92%. When you look at there's many more black women than black men, because I used to notice that when I heard people talking about voting for Trump, it was mostly black women talking about voting for him because there are more black women in numbers voted for Trump. But more black men percentage wise, because they got tired of y'all talking all that old black girl stuff. You turned everybody off. And I knew you was going to turn off white men and everybody else. They're not going for that sister girl. You did the same sister girl stuff. You did the same thing with Stacey Abrams. Coming at these women running for the Deltas or something. Here for black female sorority. You do not use gender and race in an election. When are you all going to learn that? You're going to lose every time. And if the Democrats want to take the White House back, let's face it, they're going to have to run a white man. Because every time Trump won, it was against a woman. And if the next Republican run against a woman, he gonna win too. Because the Republicans not gonna run no woman. They got better sense than that. You run another woman against Democrats run another woman, it's gonna be 8 more years of Republicans. They don't want no woman for president. Get it in your head. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I voted for Hillary. I voted for Kamala. I think she would have made an excellent president. But I'm not the only one voting. Black people are not the only one voting. These people are not going to elect a woman president. Oh, black people, we will. I would. I'm talking about as a whole. We got to face. We got to quit thinking about get out of our feelings what we want, what we think should be, and go by what is and the way it is. I knew Stacey Abrams wasn't going to get elected governor of Georgia. If I was in Georgia, I'd vote for her. I think she's a good candidate. But these other people, they pass us. These other people are not going to vote for an obese black woman, and you all turn it into a sister girl movement. I'm a black woman, this and that. You ruined it for Tashara Jones in St. Louis. She had no business losing that mayor's race in St. Louis. Excellent mayor. Black people in any political office usually make an excellent candidate, and I'm talking about black people. I think black people, women forgot what the term black people mean. Now you want to talk about black women. While the black man talk about black people. If y'all keep it up, we were just gonna start talking about black men and try to go off on your own, and you're not gonna make it on your own. We can make it on our own, but you can't. Want to try it and see? Go ahead. But look, black men haven't left you. You left him. You don't acknowledge us in anything. Do you know that Vivica Fox and a lot of black women were saying that when you say black people, you're not talking about black women, unless they think black women are not people or something. That's just a disconnect we got. Did you know there was some black women on Facebook with a movement about helping the police to unalive black men? When has black men ever set up a system of hate against black women? We haven't systematically done anything to you. You are acting like white supremacists. You treat black men the same way white supremacists do. You never got nothing good to say about us. When we mention, you think about the worst of us, and you talk about unaliving us. Like you can't be too. You think you do you know that if they come after black people, they're not just coming after black men. They're coming for you too. You can be sitting there calling you say, yeah, let's get them, and they getting you, and they whacking your head too. You gonna be like the Latinos thought they was gonna get everybody else but them, and you thinking they gonna get the black man, they gonna get you too. Oh, you don't like what I'm saying, but you know it's true. So why he just talking about black women? 'Cause I'm a black man. You haven't talked about black men enough. And we've been taking it. They haven't been saying nothing. But not anymore. Y'all living some effed up lives when it comes to men. But you don't want nobody to tell you. And can't nobody tell you nothing. You gotta come with arguing and fussing and figure as long as you got a comeback, that everything about you is fine. And you're gonna keep on going through the same thing over and over again. Sitting calling me names. Oh, he had a bald head. He said, I can go somewhere if I want to because I had a guy made a formula I used and he grew my hair back on the top. I just like being, I'd rather be bald. And these other men I know, I told them about the formula where they could use it. They said, no, I've been bald this long, I'd rather stay like I am. But if I'm bald headed, if I got big glasses, if I'm ugly, if you think I'm ugly, how does that change your situation though? You still got the same problems. You are not getting along with black men and it's your doing. I can walk by a black woman, they'll smile, speak to me, walk by a black woman, jerk her head away. I look straight. Try to keep from making any kind of eye contact or anything with it. You go in the store, they're giving you poor, disrespectful service because they really don't want to wait on you. They're trying to show you, I'm waiting on you, but I don't want to be bothered with you. Excuse me. I don't want to be bothered with you. I come in here to buy something. So, you said for me to talk on black men and black women. I said I didn't want to do it. But y'all keep asking me to. And I told you may not like what I got to say because there's nothing good about you I got to say, really. Just as you don't have nothing good to say about us. We in a messed up situation with each other. And I left it over 20 years ago. I don't have time for it no more. I got my life to live. And it's just not with black women anymore. And if you want to move on, move on. But y'all usually can't because them men don't only want y'all for the motel. Black man can move on. And I have. I don't have time for the foolishness no more. If my eyes ain't slanted, I don't want it. I don't give them just because they're Asian. I give them because I like their personality. I like the way they are. And they like my personality. They like the way I am. They come talk to me. That's how I first started getting with. They come talk to me. When a black woman speaks to me down the street, half the time I don't even know she's speaking to me because I'm not used to them doing it. I'm used to Asian women, white women speaking to me. So I have to go with what's gonna make my life good because I got too old to be waiting around. And I can get me some young Asian women. If I got with a young black woman, oh he you call me every derogatory thing it is, but a man older than me could be with her. A white man older than me can be with her, and you'll boast about it. That's just how much y'all hate us. You'll boast on a white man for doing the same that you tore a black man down for. But I don't care. Because my life is good with who I got. So I had to move on. I said, well, you abandoned your people. I just abandoned them. They go, I got my life to live. I'm not living my life for my people. I do things, I tell my people stuff to their benefit like I do on my other podcast. That don't have nothing to do with my personal life. I can sit around here, keep trying to deal with black women who keep causing me problems, no matter how good I treat them. I don't care what y'all say. While y'all talking, I'm living. Living a good life. While you still back here complaining, these N words, these N words, I don't have no complaints. Yep, I don't have no complaints. So I'm gonna end this tonight, but just to let you know, you all asked me to talk about relationship, black men and black women. So I did. I knew you weren't gonna like it. You don't have to like it. So I'm on my next podcast. I'm gonna get back to my regular stuff. Like I said, don't stop me in the street when you talk to me about Trump and all this political stuff. This is what I do on here. I don't talk all that in the street. I got family who's MAGA. I don't talk this with them because I'm not gonna be falling out with my family over no political stuff. I love and value my family too much for that. When my family get together, we get together, have dinner, have a good time. We don't talk about controversial stuff. And if someone do come and start talking, I leave it alone. Don't say nothing. I talk about fun, loving stuff with my family. And whatever our political and social beliefs is, we don't even talk that stuff. I don't get around my family talking about men this, women that. I don't do that. I talk at other places, but not with my family. That's why my family, we get together, we have dinner, we have a good time. We don't have no trouble in our house, in our family. We all get along because we don't deal with each other with all that kind of stuff. I don't care who's mad in my family. I love my family and we're gonna get along because we ain't gonna talk that mess when we get together. And we don't. I don't talk it just in the streets. A lot of people come trying to talk it with me because they hear me talk about Trump and different stuff, on the air. That's on the air. I don't think about him or none of this stuff when I'm not here. It's my job. I know about it. I have to study and look up stuff to know what I'm talking about when I'm come on the air. So I gotta know about it. And people have asked me, why you always talking that Trump stuff, all that, the Israel stuff and all that? I talk about what I want to talk about. That's right. I talk about what I want to. Don't tell me what to talk about. I talk about Israel because I don't believe that's the real Israel, God chosen people that's over there right now. Do they act like God's people? Bombing people who ain't got no weapons? They're the ones helping white supremacy. They're the ones who helped South Africa get their nuclear weapons and helped with apartheid. This is Israel. Then when the black people took over South Africa, they snatched the nuclear weapons back because they didn't want to see black people with nuclear weapons. This is Israel. That's not God's chosen people over there right now. They're imposters. They're white people. The real Israel ain't no white people. Do you know that Abraham, the nation he came from, I forget the original name, but it's modern day Iran. Abraham, the father of the Jewish nation is was Iranian. King Solomon was Ethiopian. Does that sound like that Israel they got over there right now? The United States established that Israel after World War II because they felt guilty because they didn't do nothing about the Holocaust. That's not God's chosen people over there right now. It tells you in the Bible that there would be Jews who say they are Jews, they are not. They're going to be impostors, inhabiting the land. They're not God's people, they're the synagogue of Satan. And that's what you got over there right now. That Israel is not God's people. And I don't care who get mad and call me anti-Semitic. I'm telling the truth. And if the truth make me anti-Semitic, then call me whatever you want to. Put on your big boy bloomers or panties, whatever Israel wearing, and learn how to take criticism just like everybody else. Oh, you anti-Semitic? No, I'm anti that foolishness you all doing over there. With that, I want to call it a good night. So I get back to my old self. I don't really like talking this relationship because nothing gets accomplished. Everybody just get mad. But y'all just mad tonight. So with that, I'm gonna say good night. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to No More Water. Bye. Next